gives me great pleasure to invite you here this afternoon to the third of our Elsa Talks series. I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome our audience. Oberoi, Bangalore has very graciously agreed to co-host these talks with us, and we also have for this third talk as silver sponsors the Tata Coffee Limited's Plantation Trail supporting us, so thank you very much for that. May I also now, without further ado, take the opportunity to invite our wonderful panelists up to the dais. And I now hand over to you, Sahana. Thank you.
I was just thinking, how do you decide what is adversity? So we have two people here, Jay and Akshay, who have navigated adversities in their own lives and are now using their own life experience as a credible foundation on which they offer help to others.
And the doctor told me two things which I'd like to share with the audience. And she said, Jai, let's face it, you have a condition that has no cure. I'm sorry to tell you that you will go progressively blind, possibly go completely blind before your 60th year. Having said that, I want you to do something. I want you to close your eyes every day starting tomorrow and start imagining the world around you as it would be soon for you. And when you do that, you will slowly get adapted to that situation and condition, environment, and it's going to make you more confident.
I have Akshay's permission to share with you his immense struggle with drug addiction and later on with alcoholism.
Addiction is its own disease, but ultimately, just like Jay, whatever happens, you have to take responsibility for how you navigate that, how you handle it. So I might have an addictive personality that's driven me to drugs once, alcoholism now once, and still now pushes it in a more positive way, but it's on us to respond to that in a constructive way. So I think the real challenge for me was that self-judgment and allowing myself to accept what is, that, okay, maybe this is just part of who I am, and then channel into something meaningful.
We have two more, that's Shukla and Gayathri, who have observed adversity in the society around them.
There are 850 slums in Bangalore, 2.5 million people live in very, very abject poverty. There are nearly about 500,000 children who ought to go to school but do not. I realized that that is a problem, but that's not only my problem. It's everybody's problem. But what I can do, my action plan, is whatever I do, I have to do it so damn well that that can be replicated and, others can follow. Yeah.
And I know that Gayathri spends a lot of time negotiating with the government to say, how do you change the law, or how do you set certain motions in place so that the weaver benefits or the mason benefits or for the driver of your benefits? I thought that was very interesting. So would you say that it is did you find the government, the civil servant, open to this?
Every civil servant you talk to is actually struggling to navigate the adversity. So they are struggling far more than we are, So they're sympathetic. The system is not ready. Now, who is the system? System is us. Reality is 80% of our population is uncertified. It doesn't mean they're unskilled. So a lot of the conversations that we've had is to say that I have experience. Allow me to carry that badge. So why not Gayathri Beauty Parlor? What's wrong? It's what's really happening on the ground. Why not Jai Auto Repair Shop? All of these are the startups. Then where is our ecosystem for support? I think that's really what I'm talking about, and it's not government alone, therefore.
How do you retain that balance of the work that you do and the heart that you have?
I think the larger worry that is there is we don't understand the people who we're working with.
Exactly what Gayathri said, because we feel we have a formula of success, and that formula of success can be applied everywhere. It cannot, because we seriously don't know the anatomy of the poor. We think we know, because we are sitting in a different position. But how do I manage to get over the cynicism, not get negative, and continue to do my work, is because my children, they are my vitamin pills.
So let me just turn this optimism on its head. We are all clear that all four of you have done enormous work in battling adversity. Tell me, do you find yourself getting impatient with those who haven't?
So I used to be a lot worse, but now in my own process of self-awareness and my own growth, you realize that everybody does the best they can with their level of awareness. So you can't blame a college student for not having the same perspective that you might have after going to war.
I think when you define duty and purpose very quickly and early in people's lives, things follow.
Is that struggle is essential, and when we learn to embrace that process, we don't have to run away from it.
We can never go back in our lives to make a new beginning, but we can start today to make a new ending.
We have a question here.
Hi. First of all, thank you. It's extremely inspiring to hear you and it's a food for the soul. But navigation is like you need tools, whether it's a compass or if I'm looking at from the Israeli app of like Waze or something, you need things that will help you navigate. And if I'm looking at the next generation, even whether it's my child or if I'm trying to give educators tools to train people to navigate, if you can give us, each one of you, from your personal story and from the people that you had helped so much, what can be a tool that can help them once they face adversity to navigate rightly?
I think I just have to go back to what I've been saying all the while. End of the day, it's all about your mind, because your mind will control your thoughts, and that, of course, will translate into action, right, in behavior. If it's something that you're not able to do on your own, it helps to have a supportive environment where people can talk to you about it, about whatever adversity the person is going through.
Don't give up. You have to get up when everything seems to be completely collapsing, go back and do it again, because you don't have the answer to it. So I think my single mantra would be to sit down and tell yourself when not to give up.
So I think it's very important, and that's applicable to all kind of schools, every economic category, is to involve the parents in the dreams of the children.
We'll end with you.
No, I want to say, you started with Happy Father's Day. So, I know alcoholism is a problem, but the undercurrent in this entire discussion is about the men who are alcoholic. But there is no question being asked as to why does a man become an alcoholic. And we're talking about the children, and we say we have to involve the parents, and then we say we only took the men out but had the women. Please don't ignore the men. That's all.
I'd also like to take this opportunity again to thank the Oberoi Bengaluru, who have graciously given us this wonderful space. The next series of this talk will be held on the 16th of September. So kindly block your dates. We'd love to see you back here with us. Thank you very much.